Now, for some people, they just read this language of the Spirit being sent, the Spirit being sent as a helper, a comforter, as an advocate, and they just assume that this is now taking the Spirit, the Greek noun pneuma, which is grammatically neuter, and they see these masculine pronouns being used here, and they say, there you go, that proves the personality of the Holy Spirit. Not so fast. We have ignored the possibility that it's already there in the Old Testament, which is that the Holy Spirit is being personified. But let's look at the passages to see what is actually taking place. So we're going to look at two that I think are pretty standard for the sort of theology that we see in their respective chapters. We're going to look at one in John chapter 14 and one in John chapter 15. So in John chapter 14, verse 26, Jesus says, "But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, that the Father will send in my name, he will teach you." John chapter 14, verse 26. Okay? So we have there where it says that he will teach you, and that he is referring back to the Holy Spirit. Or is it? Remember, the Holy Spirit is grammatically neuter. This word for he is the far demonstrative pronoun, ekinos, which is grammatically masculine. That one which is masculine, grammatically, will teach you. But that one that is masculine is referring back to this title given to the Holy Spirit, namely the Helper. Now, you might have a translation that says the Helper, or the Advocate, or the Comforter, and it's this Greek noun parakletos. Parakletos, okay? The Comforter, the Helper, the Advocate, however you want to translate it, that's fine. The point is, it's a title that's given to this neuter Holy Spirit, and the title is grammatically masculine. And so the Spirit is going to be described as this helper, comforter, advocate, and naturally the grammar requires that a masculine demonstrative pronoun is used to describe that masculine noun parakletos. That makes sense, okay? It doesn't mean the Holy Spirit has now moved to become a masculine figure. That's not what it's saying here. Even Daniel Wallace has argued that you can't look at these passages and draw from them the sort of doctrine that the Holy Spirit is a conscious third being from the triune Godhead. Now, he believes in that doctrine, but he says you can't draw it from these particular passages by paying attention to the grammar. So the masculine pronouns that are used here are not pointing to the Spirit specifically, because the Spirit is neuter. They would require neuter pronouns, okay? It's referring back to the Helper, which is the title. And so the masculine pronoun here doesn't prove the personality of the Spirit.